Hello everyone, I welcome you all to Hamburg Integrated Farms. My name is Sika. We are still on our journey interviewing farmers. Yes, we are still touring Ghana to find out how they started their journey. My guest for today is Gabriel. He is into fish farming. Let me be specific, catfish farming. He's going to share his journey with us, how he started, what inspired him, and how the business has been so far. Stay tuned, and after this commercial break, we'll get interactive. Welcome back from that quick, brief commercial break. My guest is here with me. Gabriel, how are you doing?
Doing good, by grace yourself.
I'm also good by God's grace. I want you to tell us your journey. I mean, your story basically as a fish farmer. First off, why fish farming?
Okay, so I'll say one of my sisters, okay,
Mm-hmm.
introduced the fact that we need to go into farming,
Mm-hmm.
and we were thinking through. We asked ourselves many questions. Initially, we had wanted to go into tilapia, but the scary messages that we received
Mm.
regarding if you don't take care of them, you're going to lose all of them, and we settled on catfish because we realized that it's becoming one of the main source of income for most fish
Yeah,
farmers,
yeah.
and then the demand for catfish is becoming
Hi.
high
Mm-hmm.
with regards to the point to kill and people outside trying to get more smoked catfish.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So with that, my sister, she's a distant sister, she was like, okay, I think we should go into the catfish farming, and I was like, okay. Back then we had some bad boy stuff. We used to go fishing, and
Oh, when you were younger.
when we were younger,
Okay,
and
okay.
we did mudfish. That's what they call it.
Yes,
Most of the time, they are in the
yes,
mud.
yes,
They
yes.
have some similarities with the catfish.
Okay, so there's actually a difference between the madfish and the catfish.
That's what most people say.
Okay, okay.
So when we had those experiences, we realized that when I compared both, I realized it's something that we can try because we
Mm-hmm.
know how they are.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, let's do it,
Okay.
and we started. I had to consult some people. Um, Thankfully enough, I did my service with Fisheries Commission.
Oh
They are
wow.
Tema Science something something. So
Okay.
that's why I did my service.
Mm-hmm.
So I had exposure to
Wow.
the fish.
You
I
got
said,
some kind of experience from that side.
very true,
Mm-hmm.
very true. So I called my madam, and then she was like, okay, she will recommend me to someone so that the person will give me more ideas about it.
Mm.
So I spoke to Tony. So he gave me a brief idea about what I need to do, what I
Okay.
need to look out for. So I gathered all this
Mm.
information, and then it's like I gave a feedback to my sister, and I told her we can try, we can do a pilot. So that's how come
Wow. So
we
that's
started.
the basically the inspiration behind you starting the catfish business.
Yes.
Okay. So aside this inspiration you got from your sister and then your madam who introduced you to someone and all that, take us through your life. You mentioned you doing your service with the fisheries
Commission.
yeah, commission and all that. Aside fish farming, is there anything else you are into at the moment?
Yes.
You
Yeah.
have other things you are
Yeah, I
doing.
do. I
Okay.
do quite a number of things. Mostly is I supervise building projects.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So you're a supervisor,
Yeah.
and then combining these two things, I mean, fish farming and then your supervision work, is it a bit difficult? Aren't you having any challenge at the moment?
I would say it is definitely difficult because most of the time I have to travel. Where the building projects are, one is at the door. I have to travel to that place
Oh,
and then
okay.
go and take care of it, and then need to know whether everything is okay. You know that helps me with managing the the
Okay.
fishes, and he can't go to the store to buy the feed. So I
Mm-hmm.
need to make sure that feed is available all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So trying to go to Bego and then getting the feed is more or less challenging.
Mm-hmm.
And aside managing the building project, I do other things,
Okay.
okay, which
Okay.
also are demanding.
Wow.
So it's kind of challenging, but I don't know. There is one thing about this fish that anytime I see them and then they're growing, I get the the desire to do more,
Oh,
as in to
wow.
go in more.
Yeah.
So the plan is to go deeper, as in expand it,
Mm-hmm.
as I've had a discussion with my sister.
Mm-hmm.
So though it's challenging, I think I am doing well. I try to make feed available, which is the most important
Mm-hmm.
thing, and
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, speak to dad to do what he's supposed to be doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you get support from your dad whenever you are not around. At least he fills in for you and then take care of
Yes.
the fishes. Okay, that's very good. So when did you start? How long have you been into the fish farming business?
Okay, so we started this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think we received our fingerlings on the 31st of December 2022.
Okay, so this coming December will mark exactly a year.
Yeah, but we decided to start the count from January 1st. So
Okay.
we receive it in the evening. So when we stock the pond, we ignored the first day, that's the 31st, and
Mm-hmm.
then we went straight to
Mm-hmm.
first. So let's say I started 1st January
Okay.
2023.
Wow. First January and you have such beautiful fishes. I mean, when I if you see how big the fishes are, you would think probably he's been in it for so long. Then catfish business is really really crazy because if within a short period of time you can get this many fishes, I think it's quite encouraging. What do you think?
It is encouraging. As I said, the passion seeing something alive grow, you
Mm-hmm,
nurture it and
mm-hmm.
then it grow.
Yes. I mean,
It's
you look at them and then you feel proud of yourself.
exactly, but
Yeah.
we shouldn't forget the other side, the
The
flip side, the
challenges. Don't worry, I'll
challenges,
come there.
the
I'll come to
challenges.
that
Yeah.
side. Okay, so you getting the support from your dad. I mean, okay, let me put it this way. What if you weren't staying with your dad? Your dad also had his busy life. Who would have taken care of these fishes for you?
That's a tough one. And let me bring this up. Dad is busy. He's
Okay,
also
okay.
an executive with GPRTU,
Oh,
Aflau
oh, oh, oh,
um,
oh, oh,
branch.
oh. Okay,
So he
okay.
normally goes to the office. So we used to run shifts. So days
Oh,
that he will be going to the office, he will tell me, and then early in the morning, he goes to the office, and then by 8, I need to leave my place,
mm,
that's Fise, and then come to this place,
mm.
and then feed them.
Okay, so what do you do on days you both are busy? Doesn't mean you don't you leave them unattended to, or how do you manage yourselves? Maybe this day you are very busy, daddy is also very busy. How do you manage yourself?
We've that's a good question. We've not find ourselves at that point yet,
Not
because
yet.
not yet,
Okay.
because most of the time we plan it. So
Mm-hmm.
within the week, I'll tell him that okay, I'll be traveling to this side within the week. So you
Okay.
have to
So he plans his schedule on how to
exactly
do his things so that he
exactly
can also find time and then
yes
help you out. Wow.
yes
Daddy, shout outs to you. You're doing a wonderful job.
yeah
I mean, if our family don't support us, who will? He's doing very well. So I want you to take us through the beginning when you got the fingerlings. What was the next step? Cause I can see you have the trampolines here. Yes, I want you to take us through the steps. How it all started. What did you do after getting the fingerlings? How was the setup like? The challenge you faced setting up everything. Did you lose some fingerlings? How has it been?
okay. So when we received the fingerlings, we had only one pond, as in the big one.
Okay.
So we stocked them in it, and I think as time unfold, we we realized that some of them, one in particular, was bigger compared to the rest.
Okay,
So
okay.
we realized that it was like bullying
Oh,
the
oh,
smaller
oh,
one.
oh,
So
oh.
we had to
Take it
remove,
out.
yeah, as in sorting it out.
Yeah.
So when we tried, we were not having a pond, so we didn't know where to put it.
Mm-hmm,
So we had to quickly make available another pond, that's the smaller one.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, and because we were not so address with the process. We're not sorting them frequently, and then we're recording cannibalism as if they'll be
Yeah, feeding on.
the smaller
Yeah,
ones.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then we're not so well abreast with the feeding as well.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who, the Tony, he was helpful, but it got to a point he was also busy. When you call him, you couldn't
Yeah.
reach him. So we were not feeding them well, and then it was increasing the cannibalism as well. Um, so way back, fast forward to the fourth month.
Mm-hmm.
We started January, and then from January to I think March,
Mm-hmm.
we have dry season, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
So we're having issue with water.
Butter,
Yeah, we
yeah.
have a borehole
Mm-hmm.
that we've been pulling water. We have a pump in there, a
Yeah.
submersible pump
Yeah.
that pulls the water. But during the dry
Dry
season,
season,
it
it's very
wasn't.
hard to come by water. Yeah, yeah.
So
I
we
can
have to
relate
be
to that.
buying water every week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's the process from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So stocking them and then getting the trampoline ponds,
Mm-hmm.
which was quite some amount of money. But
Yeah.
um, once you are into it, you need to
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
prepare for it. Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned when you got the fingerlings, you had one which was bigger than the rest, feeding on them. Um, Before going into the business, were you aware there was something like this amongst catfish? I mean, the cannibalism. Were you aware they feed on each other when they get to some stage?
Yeah, I was told. Tony told me, and then
Okay.
a church colleague, Kimberly, she also mentioned she is into. I think she did something regarding fishing. She
Okay.
mentioned, but I was like, oh, okay, maybe it could be because people are not feeding them well. That's
So
why.
you didn't give much attention to
Not
that.
at all.
Mm.
But trust me, when I see them do that, I
Mm-hmm.
really feel bad because it's really some way seeing like. So let's take for instance, we are the same people, and then
Mm-hmm.
one tends to feed on the other.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking when you see
Yes.
them do that.
Yes. Yes.
So I wasn't really accepting the fact initially, but
Mm-hmm.
I came to the realization that this is what they do. I need
Yes.
to accept it. But it
Mm-hmm.
was it was it was bad.
It was very challenging.
Very, very,
I
very
can
bad.
imagine. Well, sorry about that. It's part of the journey. I mean, they say what doesn't kill you makes you
Strong.
stronger. Yes, exactly. Okay, so far, how many fishes do you have at the moment?
For now, it will be difficult to say.
Okay.
We stock the pond with I think 1,000,
Mm-hmm.
but normally when you buy them, they add
Additional.
additional
Okay.
in case
Okay.
of death and then the egg.
Yeah.
So we stock 1,000, and then for now, I can't say for precise, but I think we've lost about 30%.
Wow.
That's my own estimation,
Mm-hmm,
about
mm-hmm.
30%. 30%. So let's say we have about 700 fishes. Yeah.
Okay. 700. And do you get people to purchase? Do you have people who come to get them on, let's say, daily basis, or you go out there to market it yourself? How is the marketing like?
Okay, so
How do you get your customers?
when we started, I told people about it, and then they were like, okay, they will give me market. So I
Mm-hmm.
was mostly relying on them. But sadly, people would encourage you, but when it gets to the point, they will not.
Yeah,
At
they
times, it's
won't
not
show
their
up
fault.
for you. I
At
get
times,
it.
it's not their fault
Yes,
too.
yes.
So I started contacting point to kill joints,
Okay.
and some of them were like, okay, we'll call you back when you need stock. We already have stock. They were still not coming. I have to go to Adrengano, that stretch. There were a
Okay.
lot of there are a lot of catfish joints there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I went to them, walking on the street, and then asking them one
Wow.
by one. Then some of them gave me their contact that I should call them. I've been calling, but they don't show up. So Dad and I decided that let's just write something and then keep at the gate saying that catfish are available.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then realized that people in the area come to buy, but they buy the maximum they can buy is maybe within a week or maybe 2 weeks they'll buy about four. It will be challenging to
Yeah.
feed them when it comes to buying on that level, and then you buying feed every week is challenging. So that's one of the difficulties when it comes to the business. So we're still trying. We're still trying.
it's hard to invest in something and then you don't get a profit you expect to get at the end of the day. It's very hard. Okay, will you say the location is contributing to that factors, or you not getting the market you're supposed to get?
I wouldn't say the location would be a factor
Okay.
because I know people tell me that they travel to Eastern Region to get or outside Accra to get fishes for their businesses.
Okay,
So
okay.
I don't think
That
it is
should be
that should be a
yeah a
problem.
problem.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
because I'm in Accra,
Okay.
and I even at times tell them that if they want it, I can do the delivery. I'll bring it to them
Yes.
myself. I don't really think the location is an issue.
Okay. So looking at the challenge you've had so far, would you say it's a good business? I mean, as a beginner, definitely you are going to encounter and face these challenges. Yes, it's something that most farmers talk about. But comparing the challenges, the profits you are making, and all that, do you think it's all worth it?
When it comes to when we talk about the profits bit, I would, if someone is in my shoe,
Mm-hmm.
the person will really disagree with me. But
Yeah.
as I said, we have my sister and then myself. We have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
So this is more or less like a pilot.
Okay.
So we
Okay.
really have a plan.
Okay.
We intend expanding it.
Okay.
So when we come to the profit bit, what we're selling now and then the fee that we're giving to them, it's way out of game. But we so dad will always tell me, Gabriel, don't worry, we would make it.
Okay.
Don't worry. It's
Okay.
just about us getting the people,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll be able to make it. So yeah.
Okay, I mean, in your first year, I would say me seeing the number of fishes and how big they are, I would say you are doing a good job. I mean, you are feeding them very well. Some fishes, I heard they grow according to how you feed them. If you want them to be big, you have to feed them very well. And seeing how big they are, I can say you feed them very. You are doing a good job with the feeding, honestly.
Mm,
Yes, because they are very big, and in a year you are getting these sizes. It's very good, very good,
thank
very
you.
very good. So kudos there. You
Thank
are
you.
doing a good. Don't give
Thank
up. No, don't give up. It's
you. I
part
won't.
of the challenges. If you start a business fresh, you will encounter these challenges. But I mean, let's hope for better days. Let's hope for better years ahead. I know you are not going to give up, or you are planning on giving up along the line.
No, we're not giving up. As I
So
said, dad mentioned to me that we shouldn't lose hope. We should put in and as I said, my sister, we have a plan and we put in place measures. This is our first time, and we're able to get them this way, irrespective of the challenges, diseases. We've been able to get them this way.
yeah.
It's giving me the idea of what to do next if we want to venture it into the large scale one. So yeah,
Okay.
I'll not give up.
Sure, don't give up. So I interview most farmers and they keep saying amongst all the forms of farming we have in the world, catfish farming is the most lucrative. You get money from it. So I think you should also try and then learn more about it so you know how to handle situations, and then you can also get your money, because people are really making money from catfish farming. They are really making a lot from it. Yes, most farmers tell me it's one of the best decisions they've taken. Catfish farming. I've interviewed, I think, 4 or 5 catfish farmers. Yes, and they all say it's very good. It's a very good business. So as a beginner, you have to brace yourself
I have
for
to.
the worst days.
I have to.
Yes, and I know you enjoy later. Okay, so I want you to give us an advice. I know you are a beginner, so you're in your first year, but maybe let's say I want to venture into catfish farming, and with a year experience, I would say you've learned 1 or 2 things. So what advice would you give someone like me who wants to venture into it? What will you tell me? Should I prepare? How do I prepare for the worst days? How do I handle situations? How do I go about things?
Okay, so what I would say is before you go into it, you know what it entails, some of the challenges that you're going to encounter.
Research very well. You have to do your research very
Yes,
well.
but what I've also realized when you're doing the research, some of them are so let's say abstract.
Mm-hmm,
But when
mm-hmm,
you start, the challenges that you face
mm-hmm.
are way out of. I have
Mm.
to move to someone to search for veterinary. I showed them the video. No one was able to tell me what exactly was wrong.
Wow.
So I called a friend that I did service with, and then he suggested something. And I went there. I bought some medicines, and then I came, and then I did it.
It worked.
It worked.
Wow.
It worked perfectly. Within a week, so I had about four of them. Their pigment was changing, so they were turning as though albino. So after giving them those medication, it changed within a week.
Wow.
So yeah, so you need to really be up and then know that any challenge that comes, you have to find a way to curb it. So first of all, you have to make sure you have water available
Mm.
all the time,
That's a
and
major factor you should
major factor,
consider before venturing into it.
major factor,
Yeah.
because anytime there is something wrong with them, if you change the water, they are able to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're very very resilient when it comes to life. So
Mm-hmm.
one of the fishes that got sick, I separated it. When I came back, it wasn't in there, and then I found it. I think so. It was there, and then I found it here. I thought it
Wow.
was dead overnight. When I came,
Okay.
I found it alive,
Wow.
and then I kept it in there. So they're very resilient. That's why people go into that compared to the
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
tilapia.
mm-hmm. Okay,
So
okay.
you need to get water constant, and by water I mean borehole water, because with
Mm-hmm.
that they are natural. They will be able to relate with it.
Okay, okay.
So the first thing they need to research, know the
Mm-hmm.
bits, but they
Mm-hmm.
should know they have a constant supply of water.
Mm-hmm.
They should try and get a client who will be reliable,
Mm.
because you can't be feeding them and then you will not get by it.
Yeah.
A feed is the minimum you can get is about 250,
Wow,
270.
the minimum.
The
That's the
minimum.
lowest price.
Yeah.
it's,
And
it's 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 never easy.
so you need to make sure that when they are up to the stage that you're selling them, you should have buyers who would come and then buy, and you'll be able to get feed and then supply them back. Yeah, so the water, the feed, and sorry, the client that will be purchasing often, and just have the passion for it, and then
Yeah.
you'll be able to sail through.
Without passion, you give up along the line.
Yes.
But with passion, you keep going
Yeah.
because it's something you love to do.
When I see them like alive like that, I am so
Yeah.
happy. Yeah.
Okay. We are hoping you get the market you deserve and then your business will grow. I mean, we are talking about in 5 years' time. I should see a big compound full of fishes. Yes. So let's pray you get the market you deserve. So please put your number out there in case anyone wants to contact you for fishes and all.
Okay, so if you want to get a catfish, just call 0547 435 747. 0547 435 747. We will do delivery to you anywhere that you are. Yeah.
Okay. Please, the name of your business.
So since it's a pilot, we've not picked a name yet.
No name yet.
No name yet.
Okay.
That we'll be picking. That's one of the things that I said we're working on the plan.
Okay.
So I know there is something in the
Okay.
pipeline. It will come out
Okay.
soon.
You have to get a name very soon.
We will.
Be
We
quick
will.
about it.
All right. Soon.
Thank you
Soon.
for your time.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank
Okay,
you.
so this is where we end today's segment. My guest for today is Gabriel. Yes, quite a story he has. I mean, he's in his first year, so let's wish him well. And then we are hoping he experiences the good side of catfish farming. My name is Sika. Keep supporting us. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and then leave a comment. See you guys next time. Bye.